what would you say if I tell you the whole discussion about deglobalization, before we jump there, deglobalization raises unemployment, or deglobalization doesn't? What would you say? What would you think? This was the whole discussion about the last election cycles, right? So the Democrats, Republicans, both were arguing forth and back. What if I tell you that both were wrong and right at the same time? The interesting part is what empirical data shows is both is true and wrong, yeah, in a kind of way that it depends on the level of globalization a country actually is in. We have to distinguish between countries that are already highly globalized or countries that are not yet highly globalized. The effect, what we see is that globalization itself, the dynamics of globalization has on these countries, which are in a certain state, depends on these levels, what it has on unemployment. For highly globalized countries, it can be found that deglobalization actually raises unemployment. So that's true in that case, that you can argue, good, for countries that are highly globalized, and you deglobalize now, they are so highly dependent, we see this with just-in-time supply chains and so on. Deglobalization ripples through these economies and causes actually unemployment. So it's a matter of fact. Yeah? So it's a disruption of specialized value chains actually that creates a coordination failure in these economies. On the other hand, how about countries that are less globalized? In that case, deglobalization reduces unemployment. And that's the interesting fact. So if somebody argues globalization is bad, it depends on which country he's talking about and which level the country is in. Is the country highly globalized or not? So in that case, why does this actually reduce unemployment? Because domestic production is shielded from foreign competition, what we call protectionism. Yeah?